This is your Skaters Network AIHL Weekly Recap. The Northstars and Ice Dogs collided in a pivotal home-and-home series for both teams. Despite piling on 18 shots to 12, the Ice Dogs would concede first, thanks to Francis Drolet right before the break.
The Romanian international trying to get it through. Harala there in the back post, they score! Santeri Harala on his return, getting involved with the Northstars.
Santeri Harala continued the offense right after the first intermission with a power play goal in the first 90 seconds.
Skachkov get it all the way across, and they score! This might very well break the game open now.
That would be the first of 5 power play goals for the period, with Newcastle scoring 3 of them as Evgeny Skachkov added 2 more.
Skachkov will get in front of the net, and from the high slot scores another power play goal.
Cabor Dunn and Rob Lakowitz clawed it back to 4-2 before the final intermission.
Saw it best, Lakovic in a bit of space though, and Daniel Chen somehow coming back at home, doesn't matter. The Dogs do score. It was not pretty at all.
The Ice Dogs continued the fight back in the third period. Lakowitz struck again on the power play before Ivan Kuleshov tied the game for Sydney a minute later.
Ivan Kuleshov over to the left, gets it back. Ivan Kuleshov all the way in. He scores a belter.
A tense few minutes ensued before Dunn struck again on the man advantage with 5 minutes remaining, giving Sydney the lead and eventually a 5-4 win in front of their home fans at Macquarie. The Canberra Brave hosted the Melbourne Ice in the first game of their doubleheader on ESPN at AIS Arena on Saturday night. Tommy Stephen opened the account for Canberra 90 seconds in.
Staring past Stevens, shot blocked in front, goal. Tommy Stevens opens the account here for the Canberra Brave.
Tommy Stevens gets the rebound off his own shot once it was blocked in front, but once again the Ice cannot clear the zone.
Joachim Erdogan tied things up for the Ice a few minutes later before both Jake Ratcliffe and Dom Charnich restored the Brave lead to 3-1 at the change.
For the Brave to capitalise late in this one, and they do through Dom Charnich from the slot. Thank you very much. The Canberra Brave 3-1 the goods. That took all of about 4 seconds on the power play.
A largely scoreless second period was only ended by Stevens' second of the game, just 1 minute and 44 seconds from the second intermission.
Centering past Stevens, shot, deflection, goal. Tommy Stevens.
Tommy Stevens gets his second of the night, and it comes off a very fortunate deflection. But, you know, what the coach always says, get pucks to the net, good things happen, and that's exactly what happened. Challenge with the assist.
The Ice then threw everything at the Brave, outshooting Canberra 14-7, but it would be Dom Charnich tallying again on the power play.
Ratcliffe, Charnich, goal! Dominic Charnich.
The Knight of Croatia gets in front of the net and just fires an absolute ripper of a shot, but that puck was humming along for the Brave on that power play.
Tempers flared late in the third period, and despite a late goal to Jed Lake, the Brave prevailed 5-2 and continued their winning streak. The Battle of the Bottom took place in Adelaide on Saturday night as the Lightning and Adrenaline met in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Nathaniel Benson getting the hosts up early, 1-0.
Zach Steele turns, fire, scores! Nathaniel Benson capitalizes, and Zach Steele has his first point of the season, and he anchors the top line to the first goal of the game.
Colby Johnson made it 2-0 before Tanner Hops and Bryce Hodges evened things up for Brisbane before the end of the period.
Hodges scores! Oh, Jeremy Friedrich will want that one back, but how about that? Bryce Hodges.
Julian Friedrich's 11th of the year got Adelaide going after the restart before Neil Pretorius added one for Brisbane.
Adelaide can't clear. Pretorius scores! A C&I shot has tied this game up at 3.
Goals to Zach Shanker and Koi Privot continued the theme for the game as both teams headed into the third all tied up. The third period was wild. Hodges restored Brisbane's lead momentarily before Friedrich levelled the scores.
Friedrich scored once, he scored twice! Julian Friedrich with a beauty has tied this game!
Austin Pickford then put Adelaide back in front.
It's the D. Pickford scores. What a goal! Adelaide in front.
That was until Bartu Gendanov struck late with just 37 seconds remaining to force overtime. Hops was the overtime hero for Brisbane with his 28th of the season, giving the Lightning a 7-6 win and the 2 points. The Perth Thunder hosted the Melbourne Mustangs for a 2-game series out west, with a battle for second place and a semi-final spot potentially on the line. David Gaeta got the first one for the visitors.
That's Lindell with the puck. He gets it back to the blue line. Giorgio scores! Gaeta gets the deflection as he skated through the bottom of the slot.
Scott Timmins would add a second 32 seconds before the end of the period for a 2-0 Mustangs lead.
Giorgio, he takes the shot, scores! Just as the power play penalty expired.
The Thunder responded in the second with 3 goals, the first going to Felix Bluth.
Back to Hikasaka, he fakes the pass, cross the ball, beautiful cross piece, free speed from Horacek to Felix Bluth.
Colin McIntosh tallied on the power play for the visitors before Yu Hikasaka and Ville Tenasame answered to tie the game heading into the final period.
He picks it up, tries the long stretch pass, gets it up to Tenasame, takes the shot, scores! Down the left wing, Tenasame.
The third period was a close affair. However, the Mustangs got the lead through Brody Crane.
Puts the backhand right onto the stick of Crane, takes the shot, scores!
However, the Mustangs never looked back for a 4-3 road win. The Brave and Ice met for the second time for the weekend at the AIS Arena on Sunday afternoon, with the Ice desperately needing a win to stay in the finals mix. They got the start they wanted through Josh Atkins for a 1-0 lead at the first intermission.
Webster passing into... Oh, that's a goal! Oh, the Ice, that is a perfect start for them. My goodness, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. Josh Atkins.
Tatsu Ishida held off the Brave in the first period and also through the second, stopping 36 shots through 40 minutes.
Scrambling.
The Ice got a 2-0 lead midway through the second period through Jed Lake's 21st goal of the year.
Caruana trying to find anyone. In front of the net, it hits Lake off the deflection and a goal against the play. It is 2-0 from the 19-year-old. And the Melbourne Ice are hanging in with only 12 skaters.
Down 2-0 going into the third, the Brave finally awoke. Spencer Cox scoring twice before Cam Todd netted his 6th of the year to gain the lead.
Bates goes through one, goes through two, gets the pass! Oh my goodness! What a pass on the ice! To just do the diving effort and squirrel that across Ishida, who had absolutely no chance.
And Canberra wouldn't let up. Mitch Henning and Jake Ratcliffe finished off the Ice in the third, and the Brave with a 5-2 win and currently riding a 10-game win streak. The Ice Dogs and Northstars met again, this time at the other end of the M1, with Newcastle looking to avenge the loss the night before. Brian Funes got them going with this effort less than 2 minutes in.
I mean, that's Liam been wearing. Shot on net, scores! Brian Funes from the blue line.
Wahib Dage doubled the lead moments later before Natan Vertesh pulled the visitors back within 1 for a 2-1 scoreline at the break.
And onto the ice comes Brian Funes. Khrushchev, shot, scores! Vertesh with a finish. Skachkov.
Newcastle outshot the Dogs 19-6 in the middle stanza, but couldn't get past Ryan Burrows in the Ice Dogs net. Connolly's 3rd of the year then tied the game for Sydney just 86 seconds from the second intermission.
Dunn's got a man inside. Makes the pass, shoots, scores!
The third period was an arm wrestle. Dage's second of the game put Newcastle back in front before Jeremy Vasquez squared the ledger at 3-3.
Can't get it out of the zone. Shot on net, save, backhand, scores!
It looked like both teams were scheduled for overtime until Santeri Harala slotted one at the death to bring the house down.
Shot, scores!
What a goal!
0.6 seconds! Scored in the last second!
Oh my
When you thought this game was going to extra time, no!
The Ice Dogs missing the points by the barest of margins and putting their finals campaign in doubt. The Central Coast Rhinos travelled to Macquarie to try and spoil the finals aspirations of the Sydney Bears with just a few games remaining. And they looked like they were about to do exactly that, with Brian Sotero's goal putting them up 1-0.
Cross-ice pass, Sotero, backhand, score! The visitors are on the board on a lovely break chance down the ice.
1-0 after the first 20 minutes became 2-0 just inside the restart, as Sangho Bay's 9th of the season doubled the Rhinos' lead.
Shuffled out, we are back to 5-on-5 as Silvestre steps onto the ice, centering pass, score! Sangho Bay on a beautiful pass from Sebastian Silvestre.
Lucas Herman clawed one back for Sydney to get them within one before the end of the second.
Shot from distance from Herman goes high and wide. A second chance. Herman will use a backhand to put it off the bar and in. Herman striking while the iron was hot.
The Bears finally came alive in the third period, leaving it to the last 6 minutes of the game, with 3 straight unanswered goals from Ruben Nalos, Gustav Remler-Jensen and Nick Seitz.
Hands with a 2-on-1 developing. Cross-ice pass, set, steps inside and scores! Nick Seitz, back against the grain, will score and extend the lead to 2.
Sydney taking a 4-2 come-from-behind victory and keeping neck and neck with the Ice and Ice Dogs for the last remaining final spot. The Lightning and Adrenaline met again on Sunday as AIHL legend Greg Oddie was honoured in a pre-game ceremony with his number 10 retired into the Ice Arena rafters. Adelaide endeavoured to honour him on the ice as well, as captain Joey McDougall opened fire in the first 90 seconds for a 1-0 lead.
Go normally a forward out and McDougall scores! Just 90 seconds into the game.
Colby Johnson extended the Adrenaline lead to 2-0 before the end of the first, and then made it 3-0 midway through the second.
The other team tries to...
Johnson scores! He walks in front of the net, and it took a deflection 5-hole, and Colby Johnson scores before the power play begins.
The Lightning finally woke up with 3 unanswered goals in the last 6 minutes of the period to tie the game, including this effort from Tanner Hobbs.
Looking for a shooting lane. Back to Hobbs. Scores! We're all tied up in Adelaide. Tanner Hobbs makes it 3 in a row for Brisbane, and we're back where we started.
A crazy third period ensued. The Lightning jumping out to a 5-3 lead before McDougall's second of the game brought it back to 5-4.
Looking for the hat trick. Loose in front. Scores! Joey McDougall with his second of the game, and Adelaide are back within 1.
Tempers flared as McDougall and Zach Shanker then squared off with 10 minutes remaining, bringing the crowd to their feet.
Players tied up. Shankar gets a lick in. McDougall looking for a response, but Shankar's got a couple in.
Adelaide battled back into the game to force a 6-6 tie before Sasha Rapchuk silenced the Ice Arena with a final minute power play goal, sealing a 7-6 win for Brisbane and a 5-point weekend. The Melbourne Mustangs and Perth Thunder met for the second time in Perth, with the hosts attempting to recoup their loss from the previous evening. Dean Klomp and Scott Timmins scored a minute apart to make life difficult for the Thunder in the first.
Deflect to Crane to the scores! Right onto the stick of Scott Timmins in the slot, and he makes no mistake.
Brodie Crane scored his 21st of the year to close out a 3-0 first period for the Mustangs. Klomp would strike again in the second as 3-0 became 4-0.
Down the left side, he's got a man with him, gets it across to the front of the net, scores! Klomp buries that cross-seam pass from Crane.
Trailing by 4 after 40 minutes would not get better for Perth as Brodie Lindell tallied on the power play and Hayden Dawes notched a shorthanded goal for a 6-0 Melbourne win. Noah Giesbrick stopping all 25 shots in his first shutout of the year. As we take a look at the AIHL ladder at the end of week 17, the Northstars on top, equal points with the second place Mustangs, the Brave in third, the Thunder and Bears awarded a point each for the cancellation of their game 2 weeks ago, while the Ice sneaking into 6th place after the Ice Dogs controversially docked 2 competition points. I'm Steve White, and this is the AIHL on ESPN.